Hi, everyone. Welcome to another chapter in the series of Stories of Resilience. And today I am meeting with Chip Baker from Success Chronicles, and he will be sharing a part of his story with us all. So, Chip, why don't you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit more about you?
Well, first off, I want to say thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to, chop it up with you and talk to you today about resilience. I consider it an honor and a privilege to that when anytime anybody give me opportunity to talk about my life, I'm just thankful. So thanks so much for that.
Thank you. We're glad to
Yeah,
have you.
yeah. But myself, I'm a teacher coach. Been doing that for 20 years. My side deal is I have the Success Chronicles, and basically what I do there is I interview people from all walks of life, and we talk life and success, and then I share their stories for inspiration and motivation. So that's basically who I am and what I do, and it's been a true blessing.
I love it. I love it. Now, so you got your go get it hat on.
Let's go. Let's go. Go get it.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, so let's get started. How would you fill in the following? Resilience is.
Well, I'm gonna go teacher on you, okay?
Okay, I'm
So
ready.
I'm gonna give you a formula.
Okay.
So to me, I think resilience equals never giving up and learning from the lessons over a period of time.
Hmm.
Come on,
Yes. So,
come on.
yes, that learning from the lessons, that's the tricky part.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna go music. I'm gonna go music on you, and you might have heard this: turn all your L's into lessons.
Uh-huh. I love it.
So
Yes.
I think to me that's what resilience equals.
I agree. I agree. And I want to go a little bit deeper later
Okay.
on in our conversation about how we actually make that happen.
Yeah.
Okay. So, when did you realize, if you feel comfortable sharing a key moment, how resilient you were?
Um, I think. Well, first off, I think it goes back to what you see. So in my family, I grew up single parent mother, and so I saw my mother on a day-to-day basis work her butt off to provide for us, and so uh, you know all of the things, the struggles that she had, the things that she would go through, trials and tribulations just to provide for us. And so I think first off, seeing that and observing that every day allowed me to have a good understanding of what it should be like,
Mm,
and then throughout my personal journey, um, as you're going through things, I don't know if resilient is the word that comes up. You know what I'm saying?
mhm.
You just like, to me, I just think, hey, I've got to push through this. Like whatever it is, I'm not gonna let it beat me. Like I guess it's just the competitor and the athlete in me.
Right.
Like like I don't care who you are, I hit you in the mouth.
Yeah.
Whatever the situation is,
Right.
I'm gonna push myself to get through it. And then when you get to the other side of it and you're able to reflect on it, I think that's when you realize, man, that was pretty good, man. That was, and it allows you to be proud of what you accomplished because you've pushed yourself to get through those tough things.
Right. And I like the formula you used because you express how resilience is a step further than just pushing through. Because you
Yeah,
could push through something, you could push through hard times, you could push through adversity and still come out on the other end feeling broken, feeling weak,
yeah,
feeling like you've been overcome. But when you're able to push through things and learn from them and adapt yourself to them and allow yourself to become stronger, wiser, then that is where kind of the resilience shines through, because it's not just pushing through just for the sake of surviving. It's thriving. And
yeah,
so that's
thriving. Yeah.
right. So what
Going from surviving to thriving. And
right.
that's what, my first book is, the title of that is Growing Through Your Go Through. And really,
Okay.
I mean, what you just said. Really, none of us are immune from going through tough things.
Right.
None of us are perfect. We all make mistakes.
Right.
None of us are immune from going through tough things. But as we go through those tough things and face those challenges, we have to find the blessings within those lessons and learn from those and
Yeah.
then grow.
Yes. So how do you do that? Because we all many of us are taught kind of the don't give up, you just push through, but a lot of times that could be misconstrued as just like sucking it up, as just burying stuff, as just dealing with it. So how do you still hold it, but in a way that empowers you, in a way where you're not just in survival mode, but you're thriving, you're growing? What are some of the things that you've used that you found to be effective for you in being able to do that?
I think it starts from a place of, I think it starts from a place of being humble and being thankful, because things could be better, but guess what? They could be way worse,
Okay.
and so I think that is where it starts. I think the next phase is, as you go through that pain, if you will, in your life, whatever,
Mhm.
the pain has been for you, I mean, there's lots of different scenarios that people go through pain,
Right.
and
Absolutely.
it's sad and it's tough. But what you have to do is turn that pain into your purpose, which leads to your passion. You know what I'm saying? So like for example, I've been an educator. Like I said, I'm a fourth generation educator. So I've seen, the things the sacrifices that my family has made to give service and help others.
Hmm.
So from that, there's been some things, teachers don't get paid a lot,
Hmm.
you know, and so, there are some struggles within that we had as a family, but now what that's allowed me to do is, okay, take those things that I've gone through,
Uh-huh.
uh, learn those lessons that I've seen, and now I can use it to help the kids that I'm blessed to be around in my life, or the people that I'm blessed to interview in my life.
Okay.
The single parent mothers that I'm blessed to interview and talk to and share their stories, because I've seen that, I know that life. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? So
Right.
the things that you go through, you have to, transfer that and use it to be a blessing,
Okay.
and I think that's how I do it in my life.
Okay. Okay. So I wanna break that down a little bit, because you mentioned like being able to identify
Yeah,
what is this pain? What is the source of this pain? Where is this coming from? What is the cause of it? And once you identify that and you figure out, how you've been able to cope with it or how you deal with it, then you make sure you just don't keep that to yourself. Like you pour into others, you teach those lessons to others, and that helps you build up the purpose aspect of
yeah,
it, because it's something. I'm doing this for something greater than myself. I am helping other people. This will not be in vain. The generations before me didn't go through all of this for anything, and I'm not going through this for anything. I'm going to help others so that they'll be able to do this even better, or maybe get one step further than I was able to. And then you take it another step, how into the passion piece of it, which is you've been very creative in figuring out what are some other ways that I can still fulfill this need that I have, that goes beyond my role as a teacher. So now you have multiple other projects where you're doing this, where you're enacting your passion, where you're yeah, like allowing that flow to continue. So that's kind of the pain, purpose, passion kind of flow that you've created. Was there something that I missed?
yeah. No, man, when you did that, I was like, man, that's some good stuff. Who is that guy? No,
It's you.
man. No, I think there's a couple other things too that I wanted to hit on. I think the first deal is, as you go through those things, and I can just tell you, just reflecting on some of the pains, um, it takes you a while to get to that place,
Right.
because really when we go through tough things, it's embarrassing. You don't want, it's hard to say, hey, I blew this, I messed this up. Because really you're just, focusing in and working on yourself,
Mhm.
and it takes a while. It's taken a while for me to get to that place, to realize and be able to reflect and understand why I moved about like this. Why is it that I'm so passionate about, why is it, so it's taken, you have to take time to learn yourself. And then I think the other thing is, the sooner we can understand, and that it ain't about you,
Hmm.
the sooner we can understand that, I think the better off we are in life. And so, um, like I said, I'll go back again to my family and the things that I saw. Like, I saw my mom, man, work multiple jobs and be disappointed because she's not making enough for us to, at a younger age, have AC in the house or, whatever it is, and so, um, you from seeing that you learn teamwork,
Mhm.
like so as a kid, I see that, okay, so I don't need to bring extra burdens on her by misbehaving and not doing what I'm supposed to do because she already has a lot on her plate.
Okay.
And so, when you realize that it ain't about you, people are depending on you, no success is achieved alone.
Mhm.
Then when you operate and you get through tough things, because you're gonna come across things that's tougher than you. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Like, like,
Absolutely.
man, I just can't get through it. Okay, so then now you have to realize, okay, why am I doing this? Like I've got to get through this because I got kids at home and I got to feed. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like if I don't do this, like I might be sick. I don't feel like it today, but I've got to get my butt up and go to work
Right.
because I got people depending on me.
Right.
So when you put it in that perspective, like there is no other way you get it done.
Okay. Okay. So one example of what you were talking about earlier about turning the L's into lessons.
Yeah,
So when you like go back and you think about, your childhood, you realize that one of the things that I learned in those moments of pain was the importance of teamwork. And so
yeah,
although that was a time of some adversity, one of the life lessons that I learned is the importance of a group of people working together. And that's something that benefits you in any area of life,
yes,
academically, professionally, creatively, like us coming together, working in harmony, like that is a force like no other. And so that was something that you were able to learn in those very difficult moments. Another piece that you mentioned was the concept of reflecting, and not only reflecting on, okay, what may I be able to do better in the future? What may have wanted to do differently, but also what role am I playing in my family? What role am I playing in this professional group? What role am I playing in this school? But just being aware of the role and the contributions you make. And then another thing you mentioned was just being able to see the bigger picture and be aware of that and making sure that your individual perspective is still in alignment with what like the bigger goals are. So it sounds like a part of your day-to-day practice maybe would be that process of self-reflecting. Is that fair to say?
oh, that's definitely fair to say. Like I think you have to plan your trip. I think you have to have a roadmap. Like if you don't know where you're going, how you gonna get where you want to get?
Right.
And so, I mean, and of course, like if you haven't been there, you don't know, but you can do research and put the pieces together and figure all that out. And so
Yeah,
we can use that in our lives, in our life, those are transferable skills.
absolutely.
We can every day reflect on, and to me, like, yeah, I think you need to have like down the road, I want to do this, those BHAG, those big, hairy, audacious goals.
Yeah.
I think you need to have those, but then really the magic is in the day-to-day steps, because if you don't take each step precisely,
Right.
then you don't get to that final destination like you want to be there. And
Right.
so, focus in every day. Okay. So, at the end of your day, okay, what did I do today? Reflect. And I take time to do this in the evenings, whenever I get a moment. Okay, how was my day today? I was able to do this, check, check, check. I off my checklist, mental checklist writing down, if you will.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, if I didn't get that, well, then tomorrow I need to hit the ground running to make sure I get this taken care of. And like that's not just a business or job related tax deal. That's a personal.
Yes.
Did I get time with my son? Did I do too much work on the Success Chronicles and not get family time? Did I, so like those things. And I guess, and that's another thing that I use in my life, like a balanced pie. A pie. Uh,
Elaborate on that.
Oh, come on, let's go.
Yes.
A pie chart, a math the teacher in me again, is 100%, right? Like the
Uh-huh.
different pieces add up to be 100. Well, to me, like I got 10 areas within that pie that I think that I have to be and give 100% on. So my pie chart's like 1,000, right? So I can't give, like, first off, to my faith, I got to give 100% to that every day. To
Mm-hmm.
personal growth, I got to give 100% to that every day. I got to be a great, son, a great husband, a great father, a great teacher, coach. Just the list goes on and on of the things that you are working on to be better at. Now, some days I may be, I don't know, 50% on one. Well,
Mm-hmm.
then, I got to make that up the next day,
Mm,
and so that's a part of that whole self-reflection thing.
right.
So then, for example, I'll give you an example. I'm a teacher and coach. And so, like, there's some days where, like, during the football season, when my little guy was young, I put him to bed on Wednesday and wouldn't see him awake to Saturday. you
Mm,
know, well, Saturday and Sunday, I got to make that up. You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, that time that's
Right.
missing. And so, I think when you can figure out a system or a way that you can that's my deal, what I do.
Right.
Some people can say, hey, yeah, that'd be cool to do. But then some people, that don't work for them.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
So that
So you have to,
self-reflection comes
yeah,
in again, like knowing yourself and what
yeah,
works for you.
yeah. You have to figure out what works for you, what you like, what drives you
Right.
to be the best version of yourself. But whatever it is, do it.
Right.
Like, don't waste time. Figure that out and then do it. And
Right.
then that allows you to grow.
Okay. And I like how, thank you for like breaking down the pie, because it is a very like tangible example of
Yeah.
how you put into practice
Yeah.
the kind of seeing yourself in the big picture, seeing where you're going. So you're able to self-reflect every day on yourself at the individual level, but you use the pie to help you see the big picture more clearly.
Yes.
So there's these 10 pieces, these 10 aspects of the pie that I want to make sure that I am investing my time and energy in
Yeah.
effectively. So that allows you to zoom into one aspect, but zoom out and then see the bigger picture too. And
Exactly.
so, and I like how you shared that piece about the research, because a lot of times we do have goals about stepping outside of our comfort zone, about being able to do something that no one in our family has been able to do before, or be the first one in this generation to do something. But a lot of times it's hard because we don't have anyone holding our hand or showing us the way, or anyone that modeled that. So I like that you shared the importance of research. And nowadays with Google, like it's
It's it's
so
no
much
excuse.
easier, so much easier to be able to figure out, okay, what do I need? What does that look like? Who can I connect with or talk to try to learn about that? And then that allows you to see where you're going with more clarity. And I like how you incorporate that with your pie. So it's like, it's not only about gaining these accolades, but it's about the type of person that I want to be. And I really like how you reflect that in your pie as well. It's not just, I want to do this or that. This is the type of father I want to be. This is the type
Yeah.
of son I want to be. This is the type of
Yeah.
man I want to be.
Yeah.
Love it.
And I think you know, you can be whoever you want to be. You can do whatever it is you want to do. You just have to decide that you will, and then go seek that with everything you got.
Mm,
And so, just like, you were saying, I like how you brought up the point of, like, the knowledge is out there. I mean, with Google and YouTube, I mean, anything you want to learn how to do is out there. And then even bigger, and this is where the good part comes in right here.
mhm,
Uh, you have to surround yourself with people that are leveled up. You know what
hmm,
I'm saying? Like, how can you get to that next level if you don't see and know that the possibilities are possible?
right. So
You
how
know,
did you do that? How did you surround yourself with people who were closer to where you wanted to be?
man, that's a good question. It's a process. Okay,
Mhm.
so it started with, my mom made me go to church. We were church family.
Yeah,
Like, if the church was open, we was in that thing, right?
yeah.
So, like, I didn't know that at the time, but I was around great people. She had me involved in sports and community activities.
Mhm.
I didn't know that at the time, but I was around great people.
Right.
Then, I was involved and I developed some relationships, people that don't look like me, people do look, so of people of all different walks of life,
Mhm.
built bonds, you know, and so that in doing that and working hard, it gave me opportunities. So I was able to go play college football,
Mhm.
so then from there, I'm in college, and oh man, you talking about the level up? Like
Mhm.
everybody there is like smart and like athletic and
Mhm.
like great, right? Like the environment is like, man, this is crazy. So now you got two options. You either get better, you go home, or going home with the option. Okay. So now in every aspect of what I'm doing, I'm getting better. Like I'm learning in class, my academics, I'm getting smarter. I'm
Mhm.
meeting people, building relationships, from everywhere. Like, man, like I ain't never been over there. Like, what's it like where you
Right.
live? And so you learn those kind of things from people. And then you get a degree. And then now you go into work. And now in work, I'm around some great people to learn from. And so I say that that whole process, and even now, like man, with the Success Chronicles, I'm
Mhm.
telling you, like everybody I talk to now, well, everybody that I'm blessed to talk with now is
Yes.
like a doctor or author or podcaster or business people, entrepreneurs or professors, and like the plethora of knowledge that like
Yeah.
it excites me to like be in those environments and talk to people, because I know it's an opportunity for me to learn, not because of me, because it ain't about me. It's so
Right.
I can learn to be the best version of myself so that I can help others.
I love that. I love that. So I was like, as you were speaking, making notes of the things that would be representative of the traits that you have as a resilient person, as someone who has been able to live through adversity, but figure out how to make that adversity work for you versus be something that holds you down. So one thing that has come up multiple times in our conversation is you operate from a place of gratitude. So that allows
Lord.
you to have a very different perspective versus
Yeah.
when you're living in a place of maybe entitlement
You
or
know,
should
no,
world.
yeah, nobody owes you nothing. No, nobody, like that's the thing. Like nobody's gonna give you anything. Nobody owes you anything.
Mhm.
And so, and you know, it ain't about you, and you can control your destiny.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, like, hey, guess what? Like you can control your destiny. Like it's up to you. And so when you put all of those pieces together, well, there is no wasted time. Like there is no like you're hungry, like with a O, like not
Right.
with a U, right?
Yeah, break that that there is no wasted time piece down, because that speaks on some of what you shared earlier. How is it that no time is wasted? If you
Okay, so my first book, co-authored with Dr. Oliver T. Reed, a great man, preacher, multiple time author, philanthropist. But he says, nothing is wasted. No thing is wasted. You know what I'm saying? And so
Mhm.
every experience that you're blessed to have, you can learn something from it, good or bad, you
Yeah.
know, and you think about it, this moment, at this day happens one time in our lives.
Mhm. Mhm.
The next moment in this day happens one time in our lives.
Yes.
And each moment is like that.
Yeah.
So to me, that tells me like I can't mess this moment up because I don't get it back.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
that's in everything in my life. Like, you know, like
Yeah.
I'll rest when I go get to see the big man. Like there's no, I mean, like we don't get these moments back. And so that's why it's so valuable to like, watch your words, watch the things that you say, watch how you act, watch the way you treat people,
Yeah.
watch the way you operate, because like you don't get it back and you don't want to have regrets.
Yes.
Like if you're doing everything you can and giving maximum effort right now,
Mhm.
well, down the road it's going to be all right for you because you do that every day. And so you give deposits, later on you'll be able to make some withdrawals, right?
Right. Yeah. Like the reaping what you sow, but you need to sow
Yeah.
and know what it is that you want to reap, which connects to what you were saying earlier. Yeah. Okay. So for the people listening, kind of being able to walk away and be like, okay, what is it that I could do? What can I focus on? Operating and practicing more gratitude, looking at things and practicing just that thought process of gratitude, being able to self-reflect on a daily basis, because you being in awareness of what it is that you want, what your strengths are, what your passions are, and how they fit into your bigger picture is part of what you've been able to do to keep your goals in action and moving, and then be able to connect with others. You mentioned a lot the importance of connection and building relationships, because that teamwork is essential in so many other areas of our lives as well. And you also are very observant. So when you're in a situation, you don't only look inside and focus on you, but you look all around and see, okay, where am I in connection to wherever I am at a certain place? So being able to be observant and see outside yourself is something that has been key for you as well. And I like, you have a strong sense of urgency and intention, and that allows you to like have clarity in your vision, but also make sure that that's in alignment with what you do in your now, in your day to day, in your moment by moment, understanding that those moments are so valuable.
Amen. That's all I got to say. Yeah, yeah. I think the self-awareness piece
Yeah.
is so crucial. Like, see where how you fit in everything, and then strive to make it better. Like
Yes.
whatever, be the glue. Put it all together and make it better. And I think when you do those things, you add value.
Yeah. So why would you tell others that it's important for them to learn how to do this? It's important for them to learn how to develop and cultivate their resilience.
Why? Um, I think it's important to do that because a lot of times when you go through what you go through, um, sometimes you get focused in on like poor me, this is
Mm-hmm.
tough, this is hard,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, you know, but really, if you're able to understand that it's bigger than you,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and just continue to push through, little do you know that your resilience is inspiring. I
Yeah.
mean, just like I said with my mother, like my mother didn't know, maybe she did because she's sharp lady, but like she didn't know that like that would inspire me and my sister to go out and be great people. Because my sister's an educator as well, about to have her master's, teacher of the year as
Oh,
well. And
congratulations, sister.
so I mean, just those things we learn from watching that.
Right.
Like that's nothing that, I mean, yeah, we've put the work in, yeah, we've tried to do things the right way, but
Right.
we saw how to do that. We saw the mold.
Right. And so
You
you
know.
just being you is understanding that you are being a model to everyone
Yeah,
connection to you, whether you're
yeah,
being a good model or, not so good, but just keeping that in perspective too, as you reflect, like, what impact am I having on others just by being myself?
yeah. That's it.
Okay. So as we wrap up, last question, who would you hope your story of resilience impacts?
The world. I just want to, when it's my time to go, like I say, be blessed to be with the big man.
Mhm.
I wanna know that, or that I didn't just leave a legacy, but I lived a legacy by my day to day actions. And I hope that people will be able to say to my family that, man, he was a good dude. You
Yeah.
know, and to me, that's what it's all about.
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing
Yeah,
your wisdom, your experience, and this small summary of your story with us. I appreciate you and your time so much.
yeah. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Just like I said when we started, I consider it an honor and a privilege to that somebody want to talk with little old me, about the things that I've been blessed to do. And so Just like I said in the interview, it's not about me. It ain't about me, and I
Mm.
know that. And so I'm so thankful for you giving me the opportunity to share on your platform. And I truly, I truly love what you do. I follow you and watch your stuff because I think what you do is inspiring. And so, for you to have me on, man, it's real cool to me. So thank you.
Thank you. If people want to work with you, learn more about you, how can they get a hold of you?
Yeah, reach out to me. Any social media platform at Chip Baker TSC. I'm on LinkedIn. Just shoot me a DM, and I'm real responsive on all of the social medias. Um, let's work together and make our world a better place.
All right, go get it.
Go get it.